Hello students, in this video of classes as basis of computation, we will be talking about a very important programming concept known as OOP, that is Object Oriented Programming. OOP is a widely used concept and almost all modern languages follow OOP principle. The contents that we will be covering in this video are object-oriented programming, class and object concept, understanding objects and class, principles of OOPs that are data abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. Now let us discuss about what object-oriented programming is. The object-oriented programming refers to the languages that uses objects in programming. The primary purpose of OOPs is to increase the flexibility and maintainability of the programs. So, my dear students, object-oriented programming is a programming style associated with the concepts of objects, classes, and some other concepts like inheritance, abstraction, polymorphism, encapsulation, etc. When we study some languages like C++, Java, Python, we get introduced to the concept of classes and in no time to the concept of objects, as everything in object-oriented programming revolves around the concept of objects and classes. So let us get started with the concept of class and object in my upcoming video by taking a common example of a dog which will be treated as an object, and throughout taking this example I'll explain you the further principles of object-oriented programming. Those are abstraction, inheritance and so on. So students, let us learn about the concept of class and object. A class is a design or a blueprint of an object which defines its core properties, and in programming language we call these core properties as variables, and it defines the behavior of an object, and in programming language we call this behavior as functions. And my dear students, a class is a logical identity, means its existence is not physical, it is in fiction. And what about object? Object, it is an entity or item that is living or non-living. It is a physical identity. Means what is the difference between class and object? We can say that class is a logical entity which does not have a physical existence, whereas an object has a physical existence, and an object is a part of a class. This concept of object is a part of the class which I am telling you will be clear in your next example which I am going to share with you to make you people understand what a class is and how can we say that object is a part of a class. See the example to make you people understand the concept of object and classes. Here we are taking the class name dog. In general, we say that dog is a class. And here, dogs can be of number of categories they fall into, like German Shepherd, Bulldog. As German Shepherd and Bulldog are the categories or are the kinds of the dog, therefore we say that German Shepherd and Bulldog belong to the category of dogs. In the same way, we can say that objects are the part of the classes. And I have told you earlier that every class and their objects possess some behavior and characteristics. Those characteristics are referred to as variables in programming language and behavior is referred to as functions in programming language. So here we can say that breed, size, color, age are the name of the variables that belong to the objects German Shepherd and Bulldog. And what a dog does means what are the activity or what is the behavior of the dog can be represented as the function in programming language and these are eat, run and name. So concluding this example, I say that here breed, size, color, age are the variable names that belong to the object of uh, dog class and eat, run, name are the functions that belong to the objects of the dog class. So here object 1 is one object of dog and object 2 is the object 2 of the dog class. Means we can say that object 1 is German Shepherd and object 2 is Bulldog and each variable is having their different features like object 1 is having the breed German Shepherd, size, large, color, white and grey, age 6 years. Similar manner, object 2 has different features like breed is bulldog, size is large, color is light grey and age is 5 years. But both the objects share a common behavior and this is eat, run, name. Now let us understand about data abstraction. This is the first principle of an object-oriented programming language. Now what data abstraction is? The act of representing essential details by hiding the implementation details to the outer world means what is needful we are giving only that particular result to the outside world and how the work is being done is not known. For example, you might have studied that there is a switchboard on the wall. When we switch on the switch, the lights get on. When we switch off the switch, the light gets off. We don't know how the wiring inside the switchboard has been done. So switchboard is an abstraction to the working of the lights and fans. Similarly, in this example of animals that we have taken, dog, tiger, horse, these are also the subcategories of the supercategory animal. Therefore, we can say that animal is the supercategory noun and it is the abstraction for all these animals, dog, tiger, horse and any animal can be there. Means in this data abstraction, the key point is that we are not bothered about how the things are being done, just we are bothered about what the things are being done. Next principle is encapsulation. It is a mechanism of wrapping the data and code acting on the data together as a single unit. It is also known as data hiding. Here, class is used to store the data and code into a single unit. Encapsulation means we are storing the internal variables and functions of a class into a single unit, means we are encapsulating the things into a single unit, and here what we are encapsulating is methods and variables, and in what we are encapsulating is objects. Next principle is inheritance. It is a process where one class acquires the properties, methods and data, or functions and variables of another class. The idea behind inheritance in Java is that you can create new classes that are built upon the existing classes. Inheritance is a simple process in our real life that we are inherited from our parents. So parents are the base class and we people, the children, are the subclasses. So this concept of inheritance is applicable in Java also, in any object-oriented programming, as we can derive one class from the existing class also. Like for example, here we have taken that dog is a superclass, and superclass is also known as parent class or base class, and French bulldog is the derived class or child class or subclass of the dog class. Here the French bulldog can acquire the properties of its parent class dog, as well as it can add also its own features into it. So this concept of inheritance is applicable in object-oriented programming language. Next one is polymorphism. Polymorphism means the ability of an object to take on many forms. It occurs when we have many classes that are related to each other by inheritance. Polymorphism is of two types in Java. One is compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. Now, what is the meaning of polymorphism, or what this diagram is depicting about polymorphism? We have studied that animal is a superclass and animal can derive number of child classes like dog, cat, duck. Means dog, cat and duck all belong to the category of animal. We can say dog is an animal, we can say cat is an animal, we can say duck is also an animal. And they fall into the category of animals. We can say that it is an animal. So means dog can be, and further category of dog can be German Shepherd. So what can we say? That German Shepherd is a dog as well as it is an animal. Means German Shepherd is one name and it has many forms of a dog as well as animal. So one name and many forms is known as polymorphism. For example, you use mobile phones. Mobile phone is one you use in your hands, but it serves you multiple purposes, like you can use your mobile phone for making a call, you can make use of mobile phone for learning process and for playing games and for number of purposes. Means mobile phone is one, and but it can be used in multiple forms. So here the thing is clear that Mobile phones are also one of the examples that show the concept of polymorphism. Thank you, students. I hope you enjoyed this lecture of the introduction to the concepts of objects and classes. Stay tuned for the upcoming lectures. Thank you.